Factory WeWork. All textures and geometry of the plant building, its interior, rooms, cellars, structures, and machinery are being completely redesigned while maintaining the general dimensions and layout of the original location. So the size of the place hasn't changed. Rooms, basements, and workshops have been refined. Some areas of the plant and the cellar area that connects all 4 workshops have been expanded. Added outdoor areas around the plant. Several new crosswalks at dead-end locations. Improve the upper level area in the workshops for easier accessibility. Adjusted the spawns and extracts for PMCs and scavs to match the expanded area. Do you reckon they did it right the first time, chat? Or do you reckon we're going to spawn and there's going to be a guy right there? Improve the AI behavior for all location layout changes. Redistributed the loot and containers throughout the location. Maybe there'll be better loot on factory now.
Sparks
Added new tasks.
47 months. Cat wait.
New boss. Not much is known about his background. People say that he is a combat veteran, has been obsessed with tripwires and booby trapping since those days. He is on good terms with Jaeger. Interesting. Their goals and moral compasses seem to be aligned, or perhaps it's their military past that binds them together. Partisan holds firm to his principles in Tarkov, going after people he believes to be honorless and hunting them down. Will they be PMCs or scavs, he has no ties to other local bosses and tries not to cross paths with them. His view on traders is similarly negative, with the exception of Jaeger. Your standing with fence has no effect on Partisan's attitude towards you, and it cannot be increased or decreased by helping or killing him. The boss appears in forest-type locations. He is more likely to appear in a raid with low karma PMCs. In this case, Partisan will hunt those players down. If there are scavs with low karma in the raid, they will also become his targets. However, any player has to be ready for the traps and expect a firefight when encountering this boss, regardless of their karma. Oh man, I wonder how often we're going to encounter him. Partisan prefers a stealthy approach, taking advantage of the terrain, setting traps in advance, and only then engaging in open combat. The process of preparing and exploring location takes up most of his time. While open confrontations are less frequent when fighting against multiple opponents, he can lure one of the players to his booby traps, which he sets up beforehand. So basically, if he runs away and goes to hide, surely he's set up a trap and you shouldn't chase him. The boss acts alone. He installs tripwires, actively uses grenades, can move quietly through the terrain, track his target for a long time across the whole location. Bruh. So they said woods-like locations, but so obviously woods is one, right? So what, will it be on shoreline? Karma. The karma value changes depending on the player's actions. Generally, it can be increased by adhering to a more open play style and decreased for a dishonest play. The number of triggers that change the value of karma will always be increasing, and the triggers themselves will be adjusted and balanced further. In some cases, karma changes can be tracked by a distinctive sound notification. They're not really being detailed, but essentially I think it means if you're camping extracts, right? I don't think that the Partisan will be on customs. I don't know. It says woods-like maps. It doesn't say woods-like areas. It says woods-like map. Map-to-map travel, new game event marathon. Wait, is this new? Just for now? The start of what? During the marathon event, location transits will only be available in the corresponding game mode. Oh, PvP. Players will receive a unique achievement for completing the marathon event. After the event is over, all location transits will become available in all raids. Added the ability to travel from one location to another. To move to another location, the player must enter the transit zone and select the appropriate option in the context menu. Location transits are available after 7 minutes from the start of the raid. I hope it drops you off and you're safe. How does that work? During the transit, the player will be able to transfer some of the items found in the raid, which will be moved to stash for a certain price. After transferring the items, the transit timer will begin. When activating the transit and transferring items, the ability to exit the location will become unavailable and the player will be forced to use the transit. When attempting to transit in a group, player can use the transit only if all living members of the group are in the transit zone. If several players who are not in the same group use the transit at the same time, they will be transferred to the next location together. Solo players can join a group and also transit to the next location together. Bro, but the thing is, how does this transit work on the next map? Do you go to the next map and then you just re-queue for a new lobby? Or are you just going to be put into a raid? Because it says after 7 minutes of a raid, right? The available transit directions are marked with a dotted line on the location selection screen. Added the marathon of achievement for visiting all locations in one raid. Added the tripwire installation feature where you can do it. No way it can be bought on the flea market. Okay. A single-use consumable item, the tripwire installation kit, is required to install the tripwire. The item cannot be found. Oh, I cannot be. I read it on. Cannot be found in raid or bought on the flea market. The kit will be available for purchase after completing Jaeger's task chain. When the item is in the inventory, the player gets access to the tripwire mode by using the B key on appropriate grenades. The grenade must be in the hands to switch to tripwire mode. The tripwire has a minimum and maximum installation length. It can be placed on any flat or slightly inclined surface. It can be activated in a number of ways: by shooting the wire from a short distance, by hitting the wire with explosion, shrapnel, by hitting the wire with any physical object, including players, bots, items. During activation, the tripwire does not explode instantly, but with a fuse delay specified in the grenade's description. Interesting. I mean, it kind of makes sense because it pulls the pin, right? Tripwires can be disarmed. To do so, approach the booby-trapped grenade and disarm it through the context menu. Disarming takes a certain amount of time. Having a multi-tool in your inventory significantly reduces the disarming time. After disarming, you can pick up the grenade. Tripwires disarm on their own after a certain amount of time. Oh, so they don't stay there for the whole raid. Bipods and weapon mounting. To mount a weapon, the player must aim at a suitable horizontal or vertical surface and press the mount weapon key. V by default. Oh no, I hope they didn't reset keybind. The recoil and stamina consumption is reduced when firing a mounted weapon. To mount the weapon on a bipod, press the toggle bipod key, Control plus V, and point to the suitable horizontal surface and press the mount weapon key. The recoil, stamina consumption, and weapon sway is greatly reduced. Mounting the weapon while prone is only available if the bipods are installed and deployed on the weapon. The icon in the corner of the screen shows whether the weapon is mounted or signals that the given surface is not suitable. Wow, it's a big patch. New hideout zone gear rack. The gear rack zone is added to the extended part of the hideout and has 3 upgrade levels. Each level adds a mannequin which can be used to display any gear equipable on your PMC. You can equip gear from the mannequin or exchange the gear already equipped by your PMC for the mannequin's gear. Pouch items and special slot items do not apply to equipping. Mannequin gear is displayed in the list of kits window. You can equip a kit from a mannequin there. Interesting. New hideout zone, Cultist Circle. The new Cultist Circle is located outside the main hideout. You can sacrifice up to 5 items to the Cultist Circle. The value of each sacrifice item is added up. This total determines the value of items received as a gift from the cultist. Oh, the cultist cannot deliver items while you're in the hideout. If the value of a single sacrifice is above a certain threshold, there is a 25% chance to receive items needed for active tasks and unfinished hideout zones. That's actually really cool. The value of the sacrifice items is further increased by the bonuses from Sacred Amulet and Hideout Management Skill. So one of those items is the thing from Unheard, no? AI Enemy Reaction System. Added variation in AI behavior when spotting another AI or player in PvE mode. Oh, this is PvE. Behavior model is chosen depending on the lore relationship between the factions. Possible reactions: instant aggression and attack, friendly unless shown aggression, total friendliness, warning and attacking, neutral unless shown aggression. Interesting. Wholly new weapons. You got the Uzi, Uzi Pro Pistol, Uzi Pro SMG, SR3M, Compact Assault Rifle. Wait. 5 different variants of the Desert Eagle. So many variants. M60E4 LMG. And an E6. Well, 2 different E6 ones. Updated weapon models. Val, VSS, the Keta, and the PP9. New caliber. Action Express. New ammos. New weapon attachments. Adjusted the functionality for pistol grips on the macro of PM pistol. If there is a quick drop button on the grip, the interaction animation with the pistol is changed. Improved the AUG A1 and A3 visuals. Updated the grip animation, added a visually operating gas piston. Added some animation variations depending on the installed attachments for new and updated weapons. Updated the grenade animations. Added new types of equipment, armor, helmets, loot. New options for character customization. Wait, zoom adjustments? Added the ability to smoothly adjust zoom for the following optics: Voodoo, the Razor, I mean, there's more here, but I'm only really talking about the ones most people use. TAC 30, Schmidt and Bender. Damn. It might actually make more scopes more viable because some of these scopes are horrendous, like as they are. Because some scopes are really bad. But if it's variable, like you can change it a bit, it probably won't be as bad. The default hotkeys for smooth zoom adjustments are Alt, scroll up, or scroll down. That's actually, that keybind's fun. Selecting grenade with G. A new icon with hotkey G is available on the quick access bar. It will display a grenade the player will equip first. You can select the specific grenade by holding G. Oh, I still prefer the pockets thing, but I'll deal with this. This is kind of cool. Yeah, no more throwing random grenades. The drop-down list displays only unique grenades with their respective quantity. Flashlight and tactical device operation mode. Added the ability to activate tactical devices and flashlights by pressing or holding a hotkey. Have a separate laser, you don't have to fiddle with removing them from the guns to get them working properly. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. Manual value entry in game settings. Added the ability to manually enter values in the game settings, for example, when adjusting mouse sensitivity. Oh my god, finally! Jesus. This is actually massive. Oh my god, finally. It's been like a gazillion years waiting for that shit. Hotkey adjustments. Update the sorting order of hotkeys in the control settings. Action, melee weapon has been reassigned to you. Melee, okay. They changed long road! Balancing changes. Simplified the objectives for task setup and long road. I don't know why they would change setup. I don't think it's that bad personally, but that's just me. Completely removed trade offers for class 6 body armor. Plate carriers, ballistic plates, and helmet modifications for traders. They can only be found in raid now for level 6. Setup is way too many kills. I don't know. I thought it was fine, but maybe it's just me. Change the availability of ammo on the flea market. Now all ammo with less than 42 pen is allowed on the flea market, with a few exceptions. Why do they always do this? Increase the damage of 762 by 39, 545. AKs might be back, baby. Slightly reduce the damage of some 556 caliber. Why? It was like so good, but then they like reduce the damage of some. Yeah. And for meta as yuck. I mean, I'm fine with it, but the thing is you already have to mag dump with an M4. Dude, I actually, for the first time ever, think that we should start bare. Because then I get AKs. Tactical changes. Implemented the anti-clipping system. Now elements of helmets, glasses, masks, collars, headsets will be correctly displayed on the character with any combination. We worked the animation playback system to increase the accuracy of first and third person synchronization where possible. Optimized left shoulder animations for more smoothness. Oh, thank God. Added special door interaction animations. The number of interactive object animations will increase further in future updates. Graphics. This is a big update. Holy shit. Redesigned the weather condition display system on the player's client. Fixed the bugs that led to unpredictable weather conditions in the raid in certain cases. Improved the cloud visuals. Updated FSR technology. Switched the in-game season to summer. Yay! Thank God. I want to know how they changed long road, because holy shit, that task is grim. Improved the environment sound system. Developed a component that tracks the position and rotation of the listener and moves the source along a predetermined curve, changing not only the position of the source but also its exposure angle. By changing the exposure angle of the sound, it becomes more natural. So we got audio changes, so we're all going to be like, where the fuck is this coming from? Implemented a large number of different sound sources to enhance immersion. For example, the flow of water through the pipes on factory, the rats running in the vents, and many small details that are randomly played at the specific points, from the fall of pebbles to the interference of electricity, the generators, and the air coming out of the boilers. Sound system performance optimization, occlusion calculation algorithm adjustments. Transferred the whole algorithm to multi-threaded calculations. Is that a good thing, chat? I'm assuming. Finalize the search and calculation of the angle between the source and the listener. Improve the use of depth to determine its effect on the sound. Improve the curves tuning, which is responsible for volume decay and sound propagation in complex geometry locations. With these adjustments, the overall sound is smoother with a better grasp of the sound source's location. Active headset adjustments. Improve the separation of weapon sounds and other sounds into different compressor channels. Added the splitting of sound subgroups and increased the number of customizable parameters for more control. Adjusted the frequency response, noise reduction level, and compressor values, as well as the technical specifications to match the specs of the real headsets. There is so many things. Yeah, I don't really understand any of this, but like, yes. We all totally understand, right? Anti-cheat, oh my. Implemented protection against a series of exploits related to monitoring loot on players' location using forbidden software. Implemented protection against a series of exploits related to network synchronization and unfair movement using forbidden software. Related to network synchronization and unfair movement. We'll see if it's less cheaters. I doubt it because they'll make a workaround, but number of visual bugs, the incorrect status of DSP transmitter in solo PvE. Oh, they fixed the butt plug in PvE. Visual artifacts when using FSR. Synchronization of loot state in the container when the weapon was folded inside the container. Didn't even know that was an issue. An issue that caused the explosion effects of a throwing grenade to be missing in certain cases. Incorrect player dog tag status. Automatic vaulting triggering when the player interacted with the inventory. With the vaulting and forward keys press. I didn't even know it was a problem. The soft lock when using a weapon that was looted from an airdrop. The display of repair kit icons when using them from a container. Incorrect bot spawn points in PvE. Oh no, you can't farm them anymore. It's actually a really big update. Incorrect behavior of rogues when interacting with USEC faction players. Now, is that saying that they were too aggressive or they weren't aggressive enough? Because the rogues are fucked. Incorrect display of KD and short and full profile statistics. Incorrect display when sorting weapons by level. Incorrect display of the longest effective shot in the player's stats. Wow, did anyone even know that was broken? Fix the insurance letter storage time for the unheard edition. Chat, do you reckon this means that the rogues are going to be more aggressive or less aggressive? It actually looks like a really good patch. No, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, there was more mentioned at the top for PvE. I just kind of skipped it a little bit more. Yeah, they do seem like really good patch notes. The only thing I'm curious about is, well, they said this, right? There's the marathon event. Where is that? But because they said the word event, I'm like, new game event marathon. They say event here and you get an achievement for it. So is it just like a start of wipe event? You only get an achievement though. After the event is over, all location transits will become available. So there's an event for a certain amount of days, which they don't say how many days. Probably just for like a week of drops, I assume. And after that, the transit between maps becomes available to everyone. Has to be able to have access to labs though. Yeah, need keycard. So if you want the achievement, you do it during probably the next week. Yeah. They'll have to do the guide. Wait, this might make the guide so... Wait. Could you do the guide in one go if that's the case? Location transits are available after 7 minutes from the start of raid. So after the locked time of when you can't extract if you don't get a kill for XP, you can go to the next map. Have you heard that killing more levels than you results in losing PMC karma? You're absolutely fucked. I am fucked, but that's not how it works from what I understand. I don't actually know though. I actually don't know how it works because it's not explained well at all. Where is it? It's not explained in depth enough. The karma value changes depending on the player's actions. Generally, it can be increased by adhering to a more open playstyle and decreased for a dishonest. So it just means extract camping and stuff, correct? But then it says this, the number of triggers that can change the value of karma will always be increasing. We just don't know. Well, I mean, we kind of get a slight idea because saying adhering to a more open playstyle, that doesn't sound like just killing players or not. I don't feel like they'll make things like crab walking worse for you. I think it's if people sit in one spot for a long time. Sitting in DT for more than a minute equals negative karma. Bruh, don't go AFK anywhere anymore. Holy shit. I don't think it's like that, chat. I do think it's like that. I think it's like, if you're going to sit in a bush outside dorms, right, for 15 minutes, you're probably going to get flagged. You know what I mean? Like if you're literally just sitting still and not moving this small area, then you're probably going to get flagged, right? Like, I don't think it's going to be that bad. There are so many things against people that like want to play a little bit faster. I think everyone will be fine as long as they're not like saying you have to move continuously. Around extracts, yeah. I think it's more like for extract camping and people that just kind of like, I don't know. I honestly think all they'll do is do extract camping. I think that's all they're going to do. I don't think it's going to be anything else. At least for now. It says it could change in the future, but I don't see it being anything other than extract camping.